Welcome to another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. With both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you got something to say, leave a comment. While you're at it, hit that notification button to make sure you stay ready for when we hit the airwaves on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. For more, make sure to follow us on whatever platform you consume your content, whether on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or X, formerly known as Twitter. Search Couch Coach Pod in your search bar and look for the green coach sitting on a green couch. You can't miss it. Now, if that was too much for you to remember, make sure to hit up that description for all the links to all our socials and our Couch Coach headquarters. When you get to our Couch Coach headquarters, you'll quickly realize that we like to keep the fridge full and Hulu on deck when we have company. To make sure you don't get lost on your way to the fridge, when you get to our Couch Coach headquarters, make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom. Once you get there, we got you, whatever you need. Need a month of free Hulu? We got you. Need a 6-pack of naked wine after a bad day or a good day? We got you. Need to have all your meals ready to go with Factor because you know damn well you don't have any time to cook during the week? We got you. Now, we got to make sure we don't get sued by the FTC, so just so you know, we can get paid for any deals you use. Now listen, if you're not 21, make sure you stay away from the wine. Just don't even open that part of the fridge. If you are 21, please drink responsibly. Now, for your first Couch Coach, we have the one and only Mr. 500, Mr. Bountiful Harvest, Mr. They Ate My Wife. He's a man of many names, but you can call him Jonny.
I'm coming off a rough week, folks. Real rough week for me. It's my first 0-3 week of the season. That means both of my fantasy teams that I care about and the Steelers lost. Wow. That's a rough one for me. We really don't like that. And I came off a 3-0 week too. I had a 3-0 last week or 2 weeks ago, I think. So it's a rough one to say the least. But you know what? We're bouncing back. We're still in playoff contention in all facets right now. If the season ends today, Steelers and both of my fantasy teams are in the playoffs. So that just means we're doing something right. Keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing. Kick push, like Lupe Fiasco said. Mm-hmm. Now, and for your last Couch Coach, we have yours truly, founder of Omnipresence Productions, co-founder of the Couch Coach Pod. Some call me Akira. Some call me Commissioner, but you can call me Coogii. And from now on, Johnny's got to call me Mr. One Take.
Mr. One Take, that's true. He did do a one take.
Curry. Now listen, Jonny. Before we get into it, I got something for you real quick. You know, they almost got me today.
They did?
They almost got me today.
Why would they do that to you? That's
them black vans almost pulled up. You see what I'm saying? They said, I gave out some advice in fantasy to some friends this weekend, and it turned out well for them. My week turned out well as well. Next thing I know, I had the black vans outside. I almost got caught up. Don't worry.
That
Don't
big
worry.
Old Rico case.
Don't worry. I didn't talk though. I didn't talk. We just had a quick discussion. It was over like that. I didn't even get in the car.
I didn't talk. We just discussed.
Good to go. I had the ChatGPT records, guys. Keep your records. Mm-hmm. But no, Jonny, you said you were going to crash out last night, though. What was going on?
Yeah, I was.
Let the people know.
This is the first time this has ever happened to me in fantasy football. I was in a position where I had a 99% chance victory game. Mm-hmm. I had a 99% chance victory. I was up 10 points in a fantasy match where I had Zach Ertz and they had Kareem Hunt. So all I needed was for Zach Ertz to not get outscored by Kareem Hunt by 10. And you know, obviously Kareem Hunt's the third at this point, like people are assuming he's a third running back on that team. Rashard Smith and obviously Isaiah Pacheco are getting more touches. And they're really only pulling out Kareem Hunt for short yardage situations. Yeah. But man, did it feel like last night Kareem Hunt, who was questionable all week and then projected 4 points last night, it felt like he was Jalen Hurts getting tush pushed. That's what it felt like. It felt like the Eagles every time, where it's like, man, they just seem to always be 1 yard away from the end zone. And that was what kept happening with Kareem Hunt. And he just waltzed into the end zone for 2 cheap touchdowns. And the Washington Commanders offense was just anemic. They could not get anything going. There were 2 passes to Zach Ertz that one was just thrown behind him and too high and too fast before he had his head up, and he couldn't bring it in. And then the final pass of the game, which would have won me the game if he caught it, it was like the final pass that Marcus Mariota throws. Zach Ertz, I needed like 2 points. So in a PPR league, Zach Ertz is 10 yards down the field. If he catches it, I win. Interception. Because Marcus Mariota sucks. And I'll talk more about that. Do we have that on the slate to talk about that game? Because if not, I'll just give you my one takeaway from that game.
Give us your one takeaway now.
We'll take
from the Chiefs loosely later.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen a team surrender as hard as the Commanders did last night. That was terrible. There was a point where it was like 6:45 left on the clock. The Commanders are down 3 scores, and it's 4th down and 8, I think, maybe 4th and 9, and they're like at the midfield mark, and they punted it. And I was like, you haven't stopped. KC has dropped 250 yards on you this one half. How do you think you're going to stop them?
And they went for it on 4th down already in that game earlier too.
Yeah, I just was like, this is where you do it right here. You go for it here. If you don't make it, then you lose the game. And that's fine. But you have to go for it there. You're down 3. Even if you force Kansas City to go 3-and-out on the next drive, you're still looking at 2 minutes run off the clock, and now you get the ball back down 3 scores with 4 minutes on the clock. You have to go for it there. And then they get the ball back with like 2:30 on the clock, down 3 scores. And I just couldn't believe they weren't like trying to run a 2-minute offense to like save some face and put together something good for the next week. They were just like slowly, like they were up 3 scores, going down the field as slow as they could, running the clock as hard as they could to just get out of there. I was like just disgusted with the surrender, the level of surrender that I saw displayed before me in prime time in a game where you kind of have to win it. You're kind of like, you've put yourself in a really bad position now that you're 3-5 and the NFC is as good as they are. You know what I mean? Like, they're coming into this week, there were 3 teams in one division that were 5-2. Like, and now you're saying that you just don't care, I guess. Like this, you're just punting on the season. That was what that was. That punt with 6:40 left in the game, down 3 scores. That was a punt on the season.
Punt on the season.
They punted on the season right there.
They said, "Pack it up. We might have Jaden back next week. Let's just get there."
I guess. What's your plan? You're gonna win. Like, you're gonna only lose 2 more games the rest of the season. You're gonna go the rest of the season and beat the Eagles twice, and you're gonna beat the. Like, what are we talking about here? I think they still have to play the Lions. Like, you got the Lions, you got the Eagles twice, you've got some real games coming up. Yeah, they still have to play the Lions. They got the NFC North this year. So
yeah. No,
I just really
seeds 1 through 5 are pretty much locked up. I mean,
yeah, I just don't know. I don't know why they surrendered as hard as they did. And Dan Quinn, I thought, was like one of the aggressive coaches. And it was just like, nope, we're done. We are punting on this game. It's over. Because there was no part of you that should have thought that you could have stopped Kansas City now that they were humming. Maybe they were thinking, oh, we got Kansas City to turn the ball over twice in the first quarter.
Well, that's the thing, too. In the beginning of this game, it seemed like it was going to be a good game. Like, I was like, oh, Marcus Mariota, they might keep up. They might be able to do something. Especially with that first pick. That was a nice pick. But, no, I was like, it was close. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, Chiefs just spread that gap. They just spread that gap.
Yeah. So, no, I was saying if we were recording last night, I just would have been so tight because I went in thinking that I was going to win. And I didn't deserve to win last week because my team was so brutalized by Mageddon. It was Mageddon. Yeah. Like, a bunch of my starters are gone for that. Plus, I had 3 guys that were late random injuries that were making them not play. So I didn't have Jaden Daniels, I didn't have AJ Brown, and I didn't have Nico Collins. So like 3 guys that have like 1 week injuries that I'm like, man, so I don't have any of those guys. And then my other 2, my dynasty team's mega stacked. I have Bijan Robinson and Christian McCaffrey, who both have their worst game of the season. And somehow I'm still in a position that I had a 99% chance to win the game. And I couldn't believe it. Behind like Kimani Vidal and Jordan Love, I was in a position to win that game. And Kareem Hunt just decided, you know what? I'm going to hit the end zone like it's a woman in a hotel lobby. And,
Jeez. And I'm going to single-handedly end that in 2-3 plays.
Mm-hmm. It was just terrible. Yeah. So now, Kareem Hunt, you dirty woman-beating douchebag. How dare you? Ooh. Now I hate him.
Add Kareem Hunt to the hate list there. Right behind Haley Steinfeld's husband and the Tush Push.
Tush Push is number 1.
We'll get into that
easily.
In a second. We'll get into that in a couple games here. But check this out, guys. Let's get right into it with this week's Sunday headlines. The segment where we react to games for the people, by the people. If there are any upcoming games that you guys want us to make sure that we talk about, let us know in the comments. Check this out, Jonny. The Apprentice becomes the master. Love outduels Rodgers in Pittsburgh primetime. Now, under the bright lights of Sunday Night Football in Pittsburgh, a storyline years in the making finally unfolded. The Green Bay Packers, led by their new era quarterback, walked into the house of their former legend. What we witnessed was more than just a football game. It was a referendum on a franchise-altering decision and a potential passing of the torch on national television. Guys, Packers won that game 35-25, going up to 5-1-1. Steelers fall to 4-3. 4-3 after, 4-1 start?
Yes. Yeah, after a 4-1 start.
Tough. They go to the Colts, as John and I were talking about before we hopped on here. They go to the Colts next. Packers travel, or actually at home, they play the Panthers, and the Steelers at home play the Colts. But Jonny, the Steelers have now lost 2 straight and sit at 4-3. Is this mid-season slump? Or is this a mid-season slump, or are we seeing the beginning of a collapse for a team that had high expectations?
Well, I'll tell you what. I did not have high expectations for this team. And I think we're starting to see them be the team that I thought they were going to be as far as like how good they are. But not in the way that I thought they would be. I thought that this team, the problem was going to be, I thought it would look like the Steelers teams of the past 5 years, which is we have a great defense and a terrible offense. And what it's actually been is we have a really good offense somehow. And though we have the highest paid defense in the league, with stars all over the place, Hall of Famers, first ballot Hall of Famers, all over the place on that defense. Minimum 3 between TJ Watt. Yes, the highest paid defense in the league. We have TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, and Jalen Ramsey, all first ballot Hall of Famers. And you're just like, it's the worst. It is one of the worst defenses in the league. It is truly piss poor how bad our defense is. And there was a point in that game where Chris Collinsworth goes, God love him, I like Chris Collinsworth, but this is one of the worst takes I've ever seen about that Steelers team. He goes, you look at this Steelers team and you know the trade deadline's coming up soon. And you think to yourself, it seems like what they really need is another wide receiver. I'm like, Collinsworth, have you been watching the games? Like, our offense is fine. Our offense moves. It's fine. Whatever. We don't need another wide receiver. We need anybody in the defensive backfield. We need D-backs big time. We don't have a good coverage corner. Like, our two options are an old man Jalen Ramsey, and who's been kind of moved to like a utility slot corner, and then Joey Porter, who can't cover anybody without catching a battery charge. So it's like we have these guys. We don't have a dog at safety. We don't have like anything to cover guys, and that's why teams show up, play against us, and put up their best offensive stats of the season. Why do the Jets look better than any other team or any other game except for the Bengals, which also have a terrible defense? Like, the Jets went crazy on the Steelers. The Bengals went crazy on the Steelers. The Packers went crazy on the Steelers. Like, it's just kind of, you know, I don't want to take anything away from Jordan Love. He had a great game, and he played really well, but I'm not going to act like that's like a breakout moment for him when I know how bad this Steelers defense is. And I go, so then coming down the pipeline, we had to win that game because we're going to play a team that has not had a problem dropping 30 on anyone in the league. Now we're going to go up against us. The Colts might drop 50 on us. Like, we're talking, the Colts might score 7 touchdowns on the Steelers defense. Then we have to play the Chargers. That's no joke, because they might have Hampton back. They got Alt back. They're going to have, a semi-healthy O-line. The Knicks lost. Rip. It's all right. They played a good team, at least. They didn't lose to a BS team. And then later in the season, we still have the Ravens twice, the Bills, and the Lions. So that's probably 3 losses there. On top of the Colts, who I think we're going to lose to. On top of the Chargers, which is going to be a really tough out. On top of the Bengals, who we've already lost to. And it's like, now suddenly I'm staring down the barrel of, oh, this is why I thought that this team was going to be the first losing season in the Tomlin era. But I mean, it's not.
That hinges on this.
Yeah, and I would prefer that we weren't that, but I just don't really see a way that this team gets its act together because its weakness is too hard to address. Why does this defense suck? Why does the defense suck?
Yeah,
it makes no sense that this defense sucks, but it's truly awful. I think it's just the back end is really, really bad, so teams are just passing on us. But it's like, it seems like TJ's kind of taking a step back. It seems like he's not getting to the quarterback like he used to. Like, Cam Hayward is 400 years old. Like, maybe that's a problem. Like, Highsmith and Herbig are supposed to be good, but they, once in a while come up with something, but it's not enough. Like, we're not generating a pass rush that's good enough to compensate for the fact that our defensive backfield is so bad that there's nothing we can do about it. Like, they're just letting receivers be wide open. So I think to answer your question, I do think that it is like, this is not just a midseason slump. This is what this team is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking to hear what you said. It doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, like you said, they're the highest paid defense, 30th in total defense, 32nd in passing defense. That's or worse than the Bengals in passing defense. Scoring defense, 22nd, rushing defense, 18th. So going back to, we talked about in the past how the Steelers are primed to win those games where it's all field goals with Boswell, which is that typical game, hard defense. You can't have any of those type of games when you got a defense like this. And to your point, Jordan Love played really, really well. 360 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He had 20 consecutive completions
Mm-hmm.
at one
Yeah,
point.
his a record for his career.
Yeah. That's not an NFL record?
I don't know if it's an NFL record, but it's a record for his career. Now, Goff is at a game where he didn't miss a single
He had
pass.
that crazy game, yeah.
Yeah. Goff had a game where he had a 100% completion percentage. So
Still,
it's definitely not a record, but it is his career record.
Yeah, his career record. They could.
I mean, you can make the argument it's the best game he's ever played. For Jordan Love.
He's probably played a lot of bad defenses in his career.
I mean, well, you think, what was the other team he lit up? Like, all the other teams they played, it was like kind of grinded out, but he also lit up the Cowboys. What's the difference? Like, or what do we know about the Cowboys? They have a terrible defense. Like, it's just, yeah, I'm just like, they're kind of in a really, the Steelers are in a really bad position right now. And then to the people that are like, let's bring back Rodgers next year.
Ooh.
I'm like, Rodgers has been fine for us. I'm not like mad at how Rodgers has been playing. Why do we want him back next year exactly? Because if this is what the team is this year, even if we go 9-8 or even 10-7, best case scenario, we do the same thing next year. Rodgers is not going to be better next year. He's going to be at best the same.
The same.
But likely
he's not
worse.
going to get healthier than he is. I mean, as far as
he's not going to get younger. He's not going to get healthier. He's not going to develop more. This is what he is.
You guys got to hope that Arch Manning keeps playing bad and can slip to the second round or back of the first.
I mean, Arch isn't coming out this year anyway. There's no shot. No shot he comes out this year.
No, you don't think he just says, fuck it, I'm out?
He's not ready.
Oh, I know he's not ready, but...
Yeah, I don't think he will. It would be a really dumb career decision. I think he's got enough people around him that are going to say, that's dumb, don't do that.
No, you guys got to get a quarterback like Diego Pavia. I know you're probably not up on him yet, Johnny, but you will be.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
I've heard of him. He's a star.
But
a star.
There's a handful. I mean, it's just one of those weird things this season where there doesn't seem to be the guy yet. The guy hasn't emerged in college yet. There's a lot of names, but yeah, I'm like, the thing is, man, if I just am very concerned about what this says about the Steelers. Like, it's got to be a coaching issue, is the thing. If your defense is supposed to be this good and it's this bad, it's not like 20th in the league. It's like bottom 5 in the league overall.
Yeah.
So it kind of is just like, all right, well, that's
top
been
3 last year too.
Yeah, I'm like, so something is wrong. Like, something is seriously wrong, and it needs to be addressed immediately. Because it would just speak to a really, really, really bad mismanagement of resources and a really big flaw in the coaching right now. If it's like, we spent this much money on the worst defense in the league. We spent the most money on the worst defense. Cool. So,
yeah, now you can get them results for a lot less money.
And it's very frustrating that we've had so long had problems with offense and like problems with the offensive line specifically for like 5 years. And now finally our offensive line is like league average and our defense is so bad that it doesn't matter. If we had this offensive line play last year, we probably could have like won a playoff game. But it's just very frustrating that this team seemingly cannot ever have both sides of the ball working well. Like, it's just, nope, it's one or the other. We're either the best in the league at defense or the best in the league at offense, or, top in the league in offense, but the other side of the ball is going to be the worst. So I've ranted enough. I really think that game was the beginning of the end for the Steelers this season. Because I think we're going to lose next week and it'll be really a tough game the week after. And are an old team, and we got our bye week 5.
Yeah.
And
we talked about that too, that early bye week.
For an old team, that's really rough. So
you
I'm
think
just
the Colts is a foregone conclusion already? You just
because the way the Colts win is not conducive to the way they win is how you beat the Steelers, which is just outpace them on offense. Like right now, that's how you're beating them. It's right. And so that means stop them once or twice. Like stop their offense once or twice, and you will beat them. And the Colts have dropped 30 on everybody except for the Rams, who, like I've said, the only reason they didn't drop 30 were two terrible touchdowns. They got called back for really dumb mistakes by one player. So, the Colts, I've said it once, I'll say it again. They're real. They're legit. You're not this good on offense for no reason. This is not just a fluke anymore. And they've been beating good teams consistently.
You got to believe it. I mean,
they beat good teams and they slaughter bad teams. The only weird game they had was the Cardinals. And even then they still won. But it was the only one that was kind of wonky.
Yeah.
But
to answer the question, I'm a little bit nervous. I picked this team as the 1 seed. I had this team.
That's not happening.
AFC North winner. No, the 1 seed's out of the question now. That's out of the question now. That's prediction is dead and gone. But this AFC North might be the worst division in football right now.
I don't necessarily disagree. It's either the AFC North or the NFC South.
But off top, but off top of my head, yeah. Well, the NFC South's tough because you have better top end.
Right, at least the NFC South have the Bucks. The AFC North does not have any of that. We got the Steelers at the top, who are a mega flawed team.
Yeah, no, because it would go Bucks. Everybody in the AFC North, except everyone in the AFC North, except for maybe the Browns or the Bengals.
Definitely not the Browns. Yeah,
AFC.
The Bengals are good on offense. The Ravens are good on offense. The Browns are good on defense. And then. But the Browns are the worst out of all of them, I would still say.
The Ravens are the only wild card just because of the Lamar injury, I think.
Yeah, the Ravens' defense is just so bad that I can't, At least they got something together this week, but yeah, it's rough. Regardless, we don't want to harp on it for too long.
Yeah, not too long. Let me wrap up. From my expectations, it's beginning of a collapse. But I should have recognized why we coined the term Mr. 500. And realize that some way, somehow, the Steelers are just going to gravitate back towards that. So now they're at the best. They might just sneak out with that division. They need to hope Lamar doesn't just go off when he comes back, and hope that the Bengals can keep faltering like they have been. Browns are out of it though. Browns are out of it. They can rest assured on that. But no, they're going to have to win that division. I don't think there's going to be 2 teams from that division in the playoffs this year.
No shot. No shot.
Yeah. But the next game, Johnny, Cowboys corralled, Broncos stampede, America's team. Some should say Broncos should be America's team. But in a 20-point beatdown in the thin air of Denver, the Dallas Cowboys' aspirations seemed to vanish. This wasn't just a loss. It was a complete dismantling. The Denver Broncos put on an offensive and defensive clinic, hanging 44 points on the Cowboys and sending a shockwave through the league that has everyone asking one question. Are the Broncos for real? As we mentioned, final score, 44-22. Denver Broncos go to 6-2. Looking good. Dallas Cowboys fall 3-4-1. Broncos travel to Houston next week. The Cowboys are going to play the Arizona Cardinals in Dallas. But Johnny, after dismantling the Cowboys like they just did, is it fair to say the Broncos are the second best team in the AFC right now? Or do we need to see more?
I think it's a toss-up between the Broncos and the Colts right now for the second best. But, I mean, it just really depends on what you value, And, I mean, the Broncos did it last year, too. But, the Broncos have done it against the Eagles. They've won in different ways against a lot of teams. They won it with the offensive overload in the fourth quarter against the Giants, and they did a grind it out, stop you in your tracks game against the Eagles. And then you flip around, though, and it's like there are just moments like the Jets game. It was just such a bizarre game, which they won, but it was still like ugly, you know. So it's one of those weird things, but it's like you look at 6-2 and you see that in the moment they do just seem to get it done. They are, a dumb leverage penalty away from being 7-1. So, I don't think you can really sneeze at that. It's like, would I say they're the second best team? Is it like more endemic of the fact that the AFC is really flawed this year? Yes. But I don't think it's unreasonable to say they're the second best team if we're all agreeing the Chiefs are the best team right now.
Whoa. I thought the Colts were the best team right now.
It's why, it's one of those things, right? Like, the Chiefs play the Colts in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. They play the Colts soon. I think the Colts play the Steelers, go on a bye, and then play the Chiefs. So we'll see in 2 weeks what the Colts really are. I just think it's like, seniority thing. The Chiefs just look, now that they're healthy, just look unbeatable. So I think I would still give the nod to the Chiefs, and then second place is either the Colts or the Broncos. Regardless, the Broncos are third at worst. Because I'm not giving it to the Bills. I'm not giving it to the Steelers or the Ravens or the Chargers. I'm not giving it to
Patriots could possibly.
The Patriots lost to the Steelers. Like, the Patriots still are, like, they beat the Bills, and that's their one really great win. And beyond that, they've played really weak teams. You know what I mean? Like they've.
But Drake May looks so good when he does.
Drake May does look really good. I'm just like, let's pump the brakes on. I don't think we have to pump the brakes on how good Drake May is. I do think we might have to pump the brakes on how good the Patriots are. Like, let's see the Patriots play a legit team again before we crown them as a really good team. They have a good record and it's all cool, and Drake May, I think, is that guy. I'm a big Drake May guy, but as a totality of a team, I'm just not there yet. All that to say, Broncos, yes, are legit, are a problem. When your defense is that good, you've got a really healthy running game, and when Bo Nix is not making mistakes, when he's Bo Nix and not Bo Picks, there's not really a ton you can do against that team.
I haven't heard that one.
You never heard Bo Picks before?
No.
Oh, that's funny.
He should make that into some merch, though. He can only sell it when he's doing good, though.
Yeah. So when he's Bo Nix and not Bo Picks, that's a team that can go toe-to-toe with anybody.
Yeah. I mean, again, some might call it biased. I'm a resident Broncos fan. But I've seen everything I got to see, Johnny. We had that real unfortunate loss to Carly Ertz a couple months ago. We had that loss to the Chargers. Also, a last-second field goal, but not nearly as questionable. We didn't finish the job. But I think I just needed to see one game where this team just played a complete game from beginning to end. That's all I needed to see. I don't think I've even seen a complete game this complete last year with Bo Nix. I mean, they didn't have a bad record. They certainly weren't 6-2 to start.
No,
they're probably 5-3, 5-4.
They started kind of weak, and then they went on a 6-game win streak at the end.
Right, they went on a run. But 6-2, keeping pace at first place in the division, which at this point in the season is foreign as a Broncos fan. I mean, since Peyton Manning has left, we have not been first place in the division this late into the season.
Yeah.
Now, again, the Chiefs had their struggles early on. We'll see. Like I said, November, they still got to play the Broncos. Got them twice. So, But yeah, I gotta give it, and I'm not giving the Chiefs 1. Come on now. I gotta go Colts 1, Broncos 2. If we're going AFC, give me 3 Chiefs, 4 Patriots, 5 Bills. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Those are probably the top 5 in whatever order you're putting them in. Because I don't trust the Chargers, and I don't trust the Steelers, obviously. So, and then the only other team is the Jags, but same deal. It's like the Jags, their best case scenario is 7 seed. Jags' best case is 7 seed. It's just such a shit fest in the AFC right now.
Yeah, we thought the division might be open to 3 teams potentially. Not turning out that way. But yeah, no. So I don't need to see any more. I'm a little concerned. Pat Surtain, he's possibly going to be on IR. Might miss 4 weeks. That
is he? I thought he came back in the game.
No, he left the game. Didn't come back. It's a shoulder / pec area. But yeah, so he might be out 4 weeks, which concerns me with Riley Moss. Jahdae Barron looked good. He had a pick, but Riley Moss, and it's funny because he actually statistically has the most PIs right now in the league. And I didn't actually know that. I just know from what I was watching, and it felt like he had to have the most PIs in the league. Because every time I saw the ball thrown his way, that man gets a flag. So we got to see how that works. But I would like to see the Broncos bring in another receiver. Troy Franklin.
Well, it seems like Franklin's kind of breaking out.
He looks good, but I can't tell how much of it is off. Don't get me wrong, he's a talented receiver. Marvin Mims is talented too. I mean, Brian looks pretty good too.
What is the wide receiver trade market right now beyond Jacoby Myers? That's kind of the only question I have about it.
Brian Thomas Jr.
He's not getting traded.
Could be.
I don't think so. He's on a rookie contract. Why are you getting rid of? That would be a ridiculous trade.
I think it'd be ridiculous, but where there's smoke, there's fire sometimes, man.
Yeah, I don't know who is on who's on the trade block aside from Jacoby Myers.
You never know. Terry McLaurin, I know he signed the extension. But there were still
the Packers maybe have like 500 receivers. They might move one. I don't know.
There's a difference between just someone looking to get rid of a receiver versus, hey, if you call me, you offer something to me, I might listen, and if I like what I hear, I might take it.
I think for BTJ, you got to get a first.
First?
He's a wide receiver 1 on a rookie contract. Like, what do you know what I mean? Like, he's had a rough season, but like, it's a potential thing. You're not like, if he's not on a rookie contract, it's different. But if you're on a rookie contract, it's like, why would I give him up for anything less than the first round pick that I picked him with?
They could recoup what they gave up for Travis Hunter, and then they could also just have Travis be a bigger feature.
Right. That's what I'm saying. A first round pick. Like, they traded a first round pick to give Travis Hunter. They spent a first round pick on BTJ. So you're like, I have to get a first for him.
Yeah,
I'm not trading him in his second year without a first round pick. So,
well, yeah, whoever it is, they got to get somebody. Just
Chris Olave too. Actually,
yeah, Chris Olave. Yeah, Chris. Any Ohio State receiver, I'll take anyone. But yeah, no, they got to get somebody. Maybe bring in a rotational corner. Compete with Moss and Jahdae, but when Surtain comes back, obviously he might not be on the roster, or he kind of bumps back. But no, I've seen enough. Biggest point from this game, Johnny, for me at least, and then we'll move on. That offense of the Cowboys, I think they're done, in my opinion. I mean, record-wise, you could argue they're probably already done as far as playoffs. But seeing them face a top-notch defense, they just don't have it in them to compete when they need to. I mean, they had all their pieces back for the most part. Even C.J. Anderson didn't play that bad at all. Or Javonte Williams, my bad. I'm flashing back.
CJ Anderson.
I'm flashing back the old Broncos.
You said CJ Anderson. I'm like, there's no way CJ's in the
I'm
league.
sitting here and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm thinking back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams didn't play terrible. But if they can't play against good defenses in their game, because even this game, that last touchdown was all garbage time. That was Joe Milton.
That's what I was going to say. The game was not even as close as the score looks because there was a complete bullshit garbage time touchdown from Joe Milton that just was like, Joe Milton's always good for one insane drive.
I'm telling you, they could roll. But no, so with the Broncos, I've seen enough. With the Cowboys, I have seen enough to know that they are not going to make the playoffs. We'll get to it in a minute, but I really only see one team making it out of that division, possibly two if the Commanders, they can get something going at the end here. It's getting tough for them. But Johnny, Jets, win. The winless Jets stunned the Bengals in a 77-point thriller. In Cincinnati, the impossible happened. The winless New York Jets, a team left for dead, went toe-to-toe with the Bengals in an offensive explosion. In a back-and-forth affair that saw 77 total points, the Jets pulled off the biggest upset of the 2025 season, reminding us all of the NFL's beautiful, unpredictable chaos. The Jets win 39-38 over the Bengals. Jets now go to 1-7 before a bye week. The Bengals fall to 3-5 before they go, and they face the Bears at home. But Johnny, what's the bigger story here? The Jets finally getting a win, or the Bengals suffering a catastrophic, potentially season-ending loss?
Well, I think the biggest story is that now officially the NFL circle of parity is possible. You know, every year we have the circle of parity, which is you put every NFL team in a big circle and you go, they beat them, but they beat them, and they beat them, and they beat them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But it requires every team to have won at least one game and lost at least one game as well. Now it's officially possible. We're probably not there yet where it's possible to be made, but by the end of the season, we'd at least know it's possible now. I mean, I think what that was, whether it was stated or not, it was a moment where the Jets had to pull something together for the late Nick Mangold. They had to win that game for him.
Nick Mangold.
Exactly. Nick Mangold, who tragically passed away from kidney disease at the age of 41, Jets legend. What a guy. They had to pull it out for him. Same as the Broncos pulling it out for with a fourth quarter comeback for DT. You know, it's I think one of those things. I think the bigger story is definitely the Jets getting their win. Because the Bengals, like, it's kind of wishful thinking to think that the Bengals were going to do anything serious with Joe Flacco. Like, it's a fun story, but like, what are we talking about here? That like the terrible defense Bengals are going to win legitimate games with a 40-year-old man at quarterback? I don't think so. So if you're a delusional Bengals fan, it probably hurts, but if you're looking at it objectively, it's fine. You're not thinking the moment Joe Burrow went down, you were not thinking that this team was competing seriously.
Some thought that they could carry it afloat and Joe might come back and for a playoff run.
I mean, good luck. I don't know who. I don't know how you're stringing together wins like that. Good luck, I guess. But I would say the bigger story is that the Jets finally got a win, and looked good. And shout out Justin Fields. You know, great press conference.
Justin. Do you think that was a great press conference?
Yeah. Well, to go to like get real about it and be like, I thought it was over. I thought truly my career was done in that moment, and whatever. And then when they asked him about Woody Johnson talking shit about his own starting quarterback, and he said, I understand that that's the owner of the team, but at the end of the day, that's just outside noise. And I was like, good stuff. Like, that's what you want to hear. Like a dude that... Go ahead.
I love Justin Fields, man. But it's a little... I don't know if I want to hear my quarterback... I'll say this. I don't know if he could say that same conference if they lost. I'll say that. If they lost, you can't do that conference the same way.
No shot.
It won't look the same. But no. I don't know. You don't think it can rub some people the wrong way? The quarterback's out there like admitting publicly that he was in the closet crying.
He thought it was over.
I think it's good for for mental health awareness, for being you.
I don't think it's any. Everyone loves Justin Fields. It'd be one thing if people didn't like. If Russell Wilson said that, then it would be a problem. But everyone likes Justin Fields.
You said I was praying in the closet.
Exactly. But like Justin Fields, he was being honest, and it was a real thing where it was like, you are 6 years into your career now, and you just got benched for Tyrod Taylor, and your owner is on TV saying that you suck,
taking unsolicited
in no
shots.
Uncertain terms. Yeah, I'm like. I can imagine he was just like, it's done. There it is. I am a backup at best for the rest of my career. And then shows up and does this. I had the thought, backing up Tyrod Taylor is the greatest launch pad to becoming a good quarterback. Whether you're Haley's husband, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, now Justin Fields, you back up Tyrod Taylor and you will be good. He was
supposed to start that week too.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. You back up Tyrod Taylor, you're good.
Tyrod Taylor is cursed. Now he needs to just hand select his favorite quarterbacks and go play with them.
Yeah, serious. You want Trey Lance to be good? Make him Tyrod Taylor's backup. He will show up.
Oh, I get what you're saying though. He's a likable dude, so it's very genuine when he says it, as opposed to somebody else who might be saying it. But Woody Johnson's been taking a lot of flack for his comments. Alex Smith, I was watching, Alex Smith went in on him.
Well, I started thinking, man,
this isn't
the hottest take, but it's a true take. I think your owner is so important where it just permeates your whole team. Like the teams that have consistent success have good ownership. Always. You can't find a team with bad ownership that has consistent success. It just doesn't exist. All the teams that are dumpster fires have morons owning the team. Like the New York Knicks and the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. And all of these teams that just have dysfunctional idiots at the helm of the team. And then the teams that maintain a good culture and a good squad no matter what and turn things around quickly no matter what, like the Steelers, like the Chiefs, you know what I mean? There are teams that have good ownership. The Lakers, you know what I mean? Why did Lakers just stay good no matter what through iteration after iteration after iteration? Maybe it's because Jerry Buss was a genius and was maybe the best owner in the history of professional sports. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think ownership is so
the Warriors
important.
In that list.
Yeah, the Warriors. You could put, when Al Davis was in his prime, the Raiders were really good for super long. Then they get his moron son Mark Davis in there, and they fall apart. When Jerry Jones wasn't a crazy person, the Cowboys were good.
Oh, boy. Do you think Steven's going to get that after him?
I assume it'll be Steven, and we'll see what kind of guy Steven is, but I don't know. I'm just but the teams that are consistently bad overall, I think that you have to really look at what's going on with the Cardinals ownership. I don't know who owns the Cardinals, but I'd be willing to admit that they suck. That they're a moron, that they don't know what they're doing at all, and that they make bad decisions on an entire organizational level because the Cardinals are never good.
The Cardinals are going to get some people in trivia questions in the future because a lot of times you can't name half of who's on the team in certain places.
Yeah.
I know the coach, quarterback, Marvin Harrison.
So that's kind of my thought is I think that we don't give enough credence to how important the owner is to a team's long-term success.
It's very important. The Broncos getting an owner change after their Pat Bowlen had health issues, and then there was a whole limbo kind of with the states and the trust, and then it finally got taken over by the Walmart Corporation.
The Waltons.
The Walmart Corporation.
Yeah.
It changed our life. I mean, I honestly, I don't. It coincides with Bo Nix, coincides with Sean Payton, but at the same time, I don't know who's to say that's not the biggest factor. They're willing to spend. They're fully funding a new stadium. No city money. They're going to pay for it themselves.
Yeah.
It's just going to take 6 years, unfortunately.
Oh, the Clippers were terrible forever. Who was their owner? Oh, I don't know. The racist lunatic Donald Sterling. You know what I mean? Like, it's always the really dysfunctional long-term organizations always have a moron at the helm.
The minute they switched owners, what happened?
They became better. So I'm just like, I think it's a real thing.
To answer the question, I think the bigger feel-good story is the Jets winning, of course. Mm-hmm. I mean, from almost winning in week 1, if you really think about this season in hindsight, from almost winning in week 1 against a team that we all considered at the time, possibly not you, Johnny, but people outside of you, one of the possibly the better teams, at least a chance to win the division, almost beating that team, going toe-to-toe, then you just rattle off 7 or 6 straight losses after that to then finally get a win against a team who has beaten the Bengals have beaten some teams. I mean, they're not a great team. Their defense is bad, but their offense is good enough to be competitive. Same as with Joe Burrow, if we're being real. Joe Flacco is not Joe Burrow. But if you just blind stats look at those receivers, outside of the fact that Jamar now takes up 85 to 90% of the targets instead of 75%, you wouldn't know. He still feeds those receivers. That offense still puts up numbers. The defense just can't stop anybody. And obviously Nick Mangold, right, getting on that day. And he grew up within like 45 minutes from the area. So that's kind of cool too, from the Cincinnati area. So that was good. But I think the bigger story for me is the Bengals, man. How do you lose to the Jets? This is the team, Johnny, that every time we had to pick and we got them, we were like, oh, man. It was either they're playing a bad team and we don't know, or they're playing a good team and it's just easy. Yeah. So they could cost, I texted you, they cost us our first, you said parity, I like parity, but they cost us the first 0-17 season.
We're waiting on it.
We're waiting on it, man. We're waiting on the first 0-17 season, but the Bengals got to tear it down after this, man. Honestly, this is a. I know you don't have Joe Burrow, but this is a loss that I think you seriously need to like look at Zack Taylor some more.
Zack Taylor needs to be done.
You need to look at the defense more. You might need to move that Al Golden. He came up from college. I don't know if it's any different than Lou, and Lou's actually coaching his ass off right now. So I think that win for the Bengals is really like, you got to look in the mirror. You might have to break it down, tear it apart, rebuild for when Joe comes back.
The problem is you can't rebuild that team because they screwed up and they allocated their money really dumb. I've already told you, the cap is allocated so stupid for that team. They signed both receivers in one offseason to mega receiver contracts, wide receiver one money, and they're paying their quarterback. And now you have no wiggle room for anything else. Like, great job. So even if you trade one of them, you have a dead cap hit of a wide receiver one on your books for the next 2 years. Great job. Like, they're morons. They screwed up so bad that they can't retool for 2 years. So, like, good job, Bengals.
Isn't that crazy?
But once again, moron ownership.
Moron ownership. Well, it's funny because for years we're shitting on him for not spending any money. And then he finally spends some money. And now he's going to use this in the future when we're like, why are they not paying their players? He's going to go, you know what happened last time I did that? But his issue is timing. He could have paid all them players if he just did it when they wanted to get paid in the first place. Same with Jerry Jones. And Jerry's got most of them done, to his credit. But
you can't pay two receivers. It's just not a long-term strategy.
Well, if you gave Jamar the money he wanted last year, you probably could have.
Yeah, I'm like, a long-term, you just can't do it. It makes your team fall apart. You cannot pay two receivers big money. Like, it will bite your team in the ass long-term, unless you're Howie Roseman and you know how to manipulate rosters better than anyone. Like, Howie Roseman's the only one that can get away with it.
Shout out to Howie Roseman. Man got demoted. Man got demoted by a dude who never did the job before, or to a dude who never ran that job before. And then when he messed it up so bad, they said, "Howie, please come back."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the only guy that can get away with it, and it's because he is just a roster churning lunatic. But beyond that, no one can do it. So I just think the Bengals are really screwed in the next couple of years. But they need to get rid of Zack Taylor. No one thinks he's good.
No. Bring in somebody that can get the most out of Joe. Hopefully the O-line. They need to bring in an O-line coach. That's what they got to do. An O-line coach as their head coach. Literally just you focus on that. They need two O-line coaches. Yeah, I mean, this game, outside of the fact there's 0-17, we were cost that. Jets got their first win. Not much to talk about with these two teams here.
It's a fun game.
It's a fun game.
But
like you said,
that, nothing.
You can get good games between two teams that aren't that great. It happens. Happens more often than we think. Mm-hmm. Moving on to the next game, Johnny. Brotherly shove. Eagles. Manhandle. Eagles manhandle Giants to tighten grip on NFC East. In the NFC East, some things never change. The rivalry between the Giants and the Eagles added another chapter in Philadelphia, and it was the home team that wrote it. The Eagles were balanced, steady, and dominant, cruising to a 38-20 victory that felt more like a statement of divisional hierarchy than just a regular season game. Now, the Giants fall to 2-6. The Eagles go to 6-2. Eagles got a bye week. The Giants now play the 49ers. The Eagles are now 6-2, Johnny, and they look incredibly steady. Are they the most complete team in the NFC, or does their lack of explosive wow factor limit their ultimate ceiling?
I think complete, the answer is yes. But, yeah, I mean, like a top to bottom roster, they're the most complete, even with injuries on their O-line. Like, if that O-line's healthy, you're talking about you have a top 3 O-line, a top 3 receiving core, a top 3 running back, a top 3 front 7, top 5 defensive backs, and a top 10 at worst quarterback. Like, it's a super complete team. So my only issue with the Eagles, as I said this year, was that, or predictions week, was that everything went right for them last year, and this year, they're just due for things to go wrong, whether that's injury or dysfunction, like happened earlier in that weird stretch where they just played like shit for no reason.
AJ still posting.
Yeah, I mean, AJ's injured at least, so
use me, but not using me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just gonna be bizarre. But yeah, on paper, they are the most complete team in the league. I just cannot get behind them for only one reason, and it's because I just so deeply hate the Tush push. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. I was going to say, let's talk about it. Before we talk about it, we got to make an announcement. Guys, I've teetered the lines. Teetered the lines, but this game here did it for me. It did it for me. I am anti-Tush push, and if the NFL asks me to sign on that voting against it, I will. Because I saw the most diabolical play that I have ever seen in my entire life from the Tush push. To heck with all these false starts they're not calling, with linemen jumping damn near into the defender's lap before the ball's even hiked. To heck with not calling certain things and being weird with forward progress and whatnot when he goes forward. To heck with all that. Bro, I watched Jalen Hurts get this ball snatched straight out his hands. Out his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And the whistle came at least 2 to 3 seconds after the ball was out of his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And these refs looked at this and they said forward progress was called. Meanwhile, the whistle hadn't been blown. And you're spotting him at the spot where he fumbled. And so I'm sitting here and I'm really thinking to myself, it's not fair. Because not only can you fake hike and you got players that can jump off sides, you got the false starts that aren't called because the refs aren't going to call it all day because the refs don't want to call 25 false starts. But then you also have the fact that if you're going to give him forward progress when he's pushing forward, so you're not going to blow the whistle so he can get as many yards as possible.
Yeah, they give him 2 opportunities to push forward. They'll let him get a second effort. They do it constantly. But then where they'll push forward, he'll stall out, and they'll let the second unit come in and push him further. Constantly they do that.
But then meanwhile, in the midst of that effort, he can't also fumble the ball by getting it ripped straight out of his hands when if in any other point in the game, someone just rips the ball straight out of your hands, that's a fumble.
Well, the NFL doesn't like the play. Like the NFL commissioner's office doesn't like the play. Most of the teams don't like the play. Nobody likes the play, and yet somehow refs aren't being dickheads about it. I don't get this. Why aren't refs being anti-tush push?
Super strict with the call.
Stingy about the tush push. They should be, because no one likes it anymore. It's over. The tush push will be outlawed this offseason. It just will be. This season has been too egregious. Between the Chiefs game where they were tush pushing, between the Chiefs game where they were tush pushing up and down the entire field the whole game, there was that other one where they tush pushed 4 times in a row. Was that against the Broncos where they tush pushed 4 times in a row when they were in the red zone? And then
I think it was the Commanders.
Was it whoever it was? They had a game where
the Broncos, they never got in that situation. Luckily, they didn't get in that situation.
Yeah, there was a game where they tush pushed 4 times in a row. There was this thing, and then there's just been the litany of false starts that they haven't been calling. It's been just awful. Everyone hates it. It needs to be outlawed because for a million reasons. But at the end of the day, my number one reason is that it is a boring play that ruins one of the more interesting aspects of coaching, which is what do you do in a short yardage situation? Are you just going to slam your running back into the O-line and hope for the best, or are you going to get creative? Whatever it is, I don't know. There's just more interesting things to do. The tush push sucks. It's impossible to officiate. It's boring. And now you're telling me that you can't even, when someone does make a good play to stop the tush push, you won't even allow that.
That's the most funny part. They did that was a good play. He ripped it out. That was interesting.
The refs were just on one on Sunday. Between that, there was that one. There was the Antoine Winfield fumble recovery play. That was just that they called back, and they were like, "We blew the whistle." I was like, "No, you didn't." They were like, "No, we blew the whistle. The ball was downed." No, and by the way, it wasn't downed. It flew up in the air. It was a clear fumble. Winfield took it and housed it, and you said it was a fumble. It wasn't a fumble recovery. And then the Steelers are just a ton of missed calls. There was a blatant missed offside. There was a blatant missed offensive PI on Kraft. I don't think the Steelers lost because of those, but it was after a full day of watching them blow terrible calls. For them to just do it multiple times in Sunday Night Football was so frustrating. I don't know what's going on. And also, I'll say for the record, I don't know how the virtual measurement works.
No clue.
I don't know how the virtual measurement works.
We need to get some explanation on that.
Yeah. I thought we were gonna see like an X-ray camera showing where the ball was on a play and being like, there it is, but it's not that. They're just they just show a shitty computer graphic where they're like, look, see, it's short.
They're just on their computer typing it, and they just hit share screen. There's not even a presentation.
Yeah, just very bizarre.
Yeah, it's strange. Again, I can't question it because that's why I want an explanation, because I can't argue with it until I have an explanation behind it. And that's the biggest thing. You can't argue with anybody on bad calls because you can't argue with the ref. He didn't do it. The computer did.
Yeah, I don't know how it works yet.
But that Zach Ertz catch was a little iffy to me. I don't know.
A little bit iffy.
I mean, he might have got the role. He might have got the role by the time we saw him come up. But yeah, we need an explanation on that. But no, I think that the NFC is tough because any given week there's a team. If you have a bye week, you're in danger of being forgotten about in comparison to the other top teams. Because whether it's the Eagles, whether it's the Lions, whether it's the Packers, whether it's the Bucks, on any
the Rams
given week,
we're on a bye this week.
Rams, yep. See, look at that.
Yeah,
Rams on a bye. Any given
Seahawks were on a bye too.
Yeah,
there you go.
Any given week, any of those teams look like the best in the NFC. And right now, win wise, they are all within shooting distance of that first seed. So
yeah.
They are the most complete, top to bottom. But are they the best team? That's still at any given week. It's any given week. But even next week, we'll see, because then you got the Eagles going on a bye.
Mm-hmm. So
we'll forget about them. We'll see some crazy performance from Baker Mayfield all of a sudden. And next thing we know, we'll be on the Bucs bandwagon again. But
right.
They're the most complete, but I don't think they're the best. And I don't think they have the best shot to go all the way out of all the teams.
Yeah, it's probably the Lions.
Yeah, I'd give it to the Lions right now. I was wrong about them, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just flip-flop my my Lions take and my Steelers take to start the season, and we'll be good.
Perfect. There you go.
Oh, boy.
Like I said, it was that my favorite take that I saw over the summer was you can't believe both. You can either believe that the Bears are going to be great, and because Ben Johnson is that good of a coach, or you can believe that the Lions are going to still be good because it didn't matter that much, and that like the Lions are good no matter who their coach is. But you can't believe both. You have to pick one.
Bro,
and I was like,
I'm gonna rock and put up numbers with whoever, bro.
Right. That's kind of how I felt. Was I was like, yeah, the Lions are just gonna be good no matter who their coach is. It wasn't all Ben Johnson. That's just a powerhouse offense. And so that was kind of how I felt. So I took the Lions end of that, and feels kind of right after the Bears game.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. My only thing on this game, really, to add is that, and obviously you saw, Johnny, that nasty Scatterbo injury.
Oh, yeah. It was like the Dak, when Dak did the same thing, where he just hits the ground and he picks his leg up and his foot's facing the wrong way. And you're like, ooh, uh-oh. Yep.
There's nothing that hurts more than seeing that player just like in pain. Like he's just in pain on the ground. Do you see Big Dom brought him some pizzas and cheesesteaks?
Yeah, I saw. That's funny. Shout out Big Dom.
Shout out Big Dom. But yeah, that effectively ends their season. It was already over, or a lot of people thought it was over, but they were on some hype. They had that hype train going. I predicted a sweep. Did not happen. But yeah, man, get better, Scatterbo. Just wanted to say that. Scat Pat, get better. Because that injury is rough. He's out for the season, as you mentioned, Johnny. I didn't initially... was hoping for the best. But yeah, Giants season's over. As I mentioned, it's just the Eagles and maybe the Commanders if they can squeak something. But moving on, Johnny, and listen, we talked about Buymageddon. Sunday Scaries is also on a bye week this week.
Yeah.
So with that,
and that's good because the Grim Reaper pick from last week has not come to fruition. Unfortunately, it's the first time that a guy has staved off the Grim Reaper's touch. Now, mind you, we'll put this as a back burner one with John Harbaugh though. All right, because
Oh no, you'll still get. Listen, if you get at any point, you're still gonna get some creds.
Right. I think that's deserved.
Like, I mean, if it's like next year, then different story. Like into the season next year, then okay. But no, anytime from now till Black Monday, as they call it.
Perfect.
Alrighty, so no Grim Reaper. No one's losing their job this week.
Yeah, we're gonna be nice this week. No Grim Reaper this week.
Well, look at that. Grim Reaper's on a
bye week.
So
yeah,
you guys can rest easy this week. But check this out. It's time for Couch Coach of the Year. I'm getting. This is a tough one for me, man. I might have to just call it in for the year for me, where we determine which coach is crowned Couch Coach of the Year through weekly picks. If you think you can beat Jonny, because you're rest assured you will beat me, submit your picks for the following games by the start of Thursday night's game for a chance to be featured in a future segment. Records on. Let's start with last week. Jonny, you were 4-2 last week, as we kind of talked about before we hopped on here. I was 1-5 last week, as I mentioned. Oof. I was saved by the Broncos. The Broncos saved me from having the first 0 for week on the season. We have yet to have an 0 for week. No one hasn't gotten a single one right, and I'm proud to say I'm not the first. But yeah, it was rough one for me. On the season, I am 14-26, so that gap is getting a little wider. We have time. I can still finish with a good record.
Yeah, you need 2 perfect weeks to go back to 500.
But I gotta hit that Jaden Daniels comeback season if I'm gonna do it. That Lamar Jackson comeback season if I'm gonna do it. So we'll see. Jonny, you're at 22-18 on the season, so you're not doing too bad. Some would say you're carrying. That's the kids.
Yeah, I'm over 500. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, no, I had the Vikings, Broncos, Steelers, Saints, Giants. You had Texans, Chargers, Cowboys, Steelers, Bucks, Eagles.
Texans is the one I'm the most proud of. I felt like the Texans won. There was just something in my bones that just said, you know what? They're doing it this week. The Texans are they're just going to overwhelm on defense. And did I think that it was going to result in a McCaffrey game where he was just non-existent? Like, did I expect that? No, but it just showed like the Texans are inarguably, no question, the best defense in the league. There's really there's nothing you can do. Yeah, I think it is at this point. Like statistically, they're allowing the least points. They're super high in turnover numbers. Their sack numbers are crazy. Like, it's the only thing that's winning them games. They're just monstrous. I mean, that Seahawks game, when they played the Seahawks last week, it was like they just kept putting their offense in positions to win, and the offense just could not convert. They could not bring it home. But I mean, they forced 3 interceptions off Sam Darnold. It's just such a good defense. It's the only fantasy defense you can feel good about starting every single week. It really is.
Wow. Then I must be delusional because I haven't subbed the Broncos out once. Nah, I might be a little biased. Yeah, I talked to him. I got to fire my ChatGPT therapist because we had talked and I turned back on the Niners bandwagon and they cost me. I picked against them. They cost me. I picked them. They cost me. It's a tough one. Sean went 3-3. Our guest last week, Sean, 3-3.
So we're adding that on to the Caleb total.
He had the 49ers, Vikings, Broncos, Steelers, Bucks, and Eagles. Do we really need
speaking
to,
of Mr. Baseball, by the way, I do want to just let everyone know that the Blue Jays have tied up the World Series at 2-2. So going back to Toronto, tied up.
Who are you rooting for?
I think the Dodgers, just for the history of it. Like, I like greatness. And I like the idea of Shohei winning a lot, So it's just I just don't, It'd be fine if the Blue Jays won. Like I don't care that much, but I think
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but like if I had to pick, I guess I would just go Dodgers just because I think it'd be cooler to be like the greatest baseball player ever was playing during my lifetime, and I got to watch him do it. That'd be cool.
I'm going to Toronto, man. The Blue Jays. Gotta give I need Drake to celebrate in Toronto.
Boo.
Hopefully he's not. Whoa. Hopefully he's not cursing the team.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we know at least for 7 games potentially he's got an alibi. All right.
Yeah.
He's good for now. Do you want to add it? I mean, 3-3 is going to cancel out essentially to the count.
Yeah, add it on there.
All right. We're adding it on there. Then that would put us at 39 and 47 combined.
We got to lock in this week.
And also, we're starting the race to 500. We will start going against the spread once we hit 500. So the race to 500 be I didn't know we were going to get to this point, but the race
it's
to
one or two things. We either hit 500 as a podcast or we get a gambling sponsorship. Either one will make us switch to only picking against the spread.
Yep. But race to 500 initially. So we got eight games to make up. And we'll be there. We can do it. But we got some week 9 matchups. And some close ones this week. So I'm happy about that. We get some good games. But the first one, we have the Denver Broncos at the Houston Texans. They're giving the Broncos a 1.5. I'm upset about this line. I think it's downright disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a tough one, but I'm going to say that the Broncos will be able to take advantage of Houston's terrible O-line and punish. If Nico's not back, he probably will be back, but if Nico's not back, if he can't get out of concussion protocol, they'll be able to really bully the Texans' young receivers this week. So, yeah, give me the Broncos.
A little concerned. You got Jalen Noel, Hutchinson, Higgins. They all did a little bit last week.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Stroud's that boy. But like I said, this line is disrespectful. Coming in at 6-2, clearly playing well most of the season. 7-2. I might lose my shit. That'd be crazy. But this got the makings of, like you mentioned, Texas great defense, Broncos great defense. This has the makings of, one of those 24-21, 24-20 games to me.
Yeah, this is like a 2017 game. This is like a 17-14 game. Something
it's probably low scoring. I think field goals.
A rock fight.
Field goals will matter in this game.
Yeah.
But give me the Broncos. The
second game. Doubling up on Broncos.
The second one. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. And they're giving the Bills a 1.5.
Really?
And these lines are today.
Yeah. Okay, so these are lines as of the night of Tuesday, the 28th. It's tough because there's the history aspect of it, which is the Bills always beat the Chiefs in the regular season. Why is every
regular season game in Buffalo? It seems like.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like for some reason the Bills just always beat the Chiefs in the regular season. But I've watched these teams play. The Chiefs are the better team. Give me the Chiefs.
Come on now. We're going to make this real easy. Do I even got to think about this? Damn shit, I'm not picking the Bills. And I also am not very confident in them outside of their record regardless. So give me the Chiefs.
I think this Chiefs offense is going to shred the Bills defense. I think we're looking at like a 4-touchdown game from Mahomes.
Oh, wow.
4-touchdown, 300-yard game from Mahomes.
Oh, okay. Total, not separation between the teams, though.
Yeah, no, not separate.
Okay.
It'll be a shootout. But I think that we're talking, you're going to see the KC we might like see like a 450 total yards of offense game from KC. Like, I think they could just shred this Bills defense. KC's offense is just lethal now that they have Rice back.
The Bills defense is suspect.
And Reed's back in his bag, bro. They were lining up Rashee Rice as a running back on certain plays, and then like having him run wheel routes
Did you see
out of the backfield.
In the backfield?
Yeah, like Reed is back in his bag. He's like, I'm fucking around again. I've had 2 seasons of running boring offenses. I'm done. I am getting silly again, and I love it. This is why I like the Chiefs. I've missed this version of the Chiefs. I'm glad they're back. It's a really fun team to watch on offense, provided that you're not rooting against Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, provided, yeah. And that 99% to loss flip is a crazy one. It's a crazy one. But yeah, we got to double up on Chiefs, double up on Broncos. We might get that get halfway to that gap.
You know, if we just pick all the same teams this week and we really run it up, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know, Johnny. They could be bad for us. Then we'll have to have 3 perfect weeks. And we might get the first offer from both of us at the same time.
Yeah, you know what? That'd be good. That'd be good for the podcast.
It'd be good for
the content. It's a good content thing.
Chicago Bears at the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oof. Oof. That's a rough one.
They're giving the Bengals 2.5 points.
Give me the Bears on a get-right game. If they can't win this game, it's over. Yeah. It's pack it in for the season. You guys blew it. You're not ready. So give me the Bears on a get-right game.
Oof, man, I don't want to do it to them. Give me the Bears.
Yeah,
give me the Bears. I mean, Caleb, this is the game. You go. You got it.
Oh, I was gonna say, we saw the Bears play the NFC Bengals, which is the Cowboys, and the Bears destroyed them. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking, you flip it around. I think they could pull that off again.
And we thought Caleb Williams was about to have a monster season after that. At least I did. Yeah, so I'm going the Bears too. San Francisco 49ers at the New York Giants. And they're giving the Giants 2.5 points.
Yeah, give me the Niners. What is the Giants offense going to be?
Tyrone
don't have it's Tyrone Tracy and Wan'Dale Robinson. I'm good on that. Give me the Niners.
I can't switch up on them because if I switch up, they're going to cost me. I got to go with the same one as last time. So give me the Niners.
Let's go. We're on the same page. Come on. Building this week.
Game number 5. Seattle Seahawks at the Washington Commanders. And they are giving the Commanders 2.5 points.
Oh man. You know how I feel about the Commanders right now off this season. This is just for this season, not last season. Let's just pretend
favorites this week.
Yeah, let's pretend that we haven't seen last season and we just have seen this one for the Commanders, right? Yep. You know how I feel right now? I feel meet the Grams. Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. Give me the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks. I've seen just good shit from the Seahawks, and I watched the Commanders fall apart against a good offense. Their defense is pitiful. They can't wrap up. They were letting gut run plays and obvious run situations break for 9 yards with unathletic running backs against the Chiefs. It's just not good. Their defense is bad. They're so injured. Tunsil is probably out next week. Jaden could be out next week. They've lost so many defensive guys. Their offense is hobbled. Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. Give me the Seahawks.
That was emphatic. Jaden Daniels might play.
He might. It's on the fence, but with a hamstring injury, you really never know. Hamstring injuries just linger, and they take longer. They always stick around longer than people think they will. Every time. The fact that Lamar was out this week tells you all you need to know about how hamstring injuries work.
Knowing what I know right now, I'm not doing any caveats. I'm going to really go with it. Give me the Seahawks.
Let's go.
Give me the Seahawks. JSN game. JSN big game. Ohio State on Ohio State crime this week with Lattimore on JSN. Assuming Lattimore's playing. He might be hurt. I don't know. Dude,
yeah, take JSN over on yards.
Over on yards, yeah. Take the over. Yeah.
Take JSN over on total yards.
Game number 6. Will it happen? We have the Arizona Cardinals at the Dallas Cowboys. They are giving the Cardinals 2.5 points.
Same deal with the Cardinals as it is for the Commanders. Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. Give me America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are going 8-1 this year. This is another game en route to that. 8-1. They're gonna get they're gonna be 4-1 at the end of this week.
Here's how I'm gonna do it to them. You got to give me the Cardinals. Coming off a bye. I like teams coming off byes, especially when they're going against teams that are coming off really bad losses, don't have a chance to recover between. Give me the Cardinals. There's not much to believe in beyond this game, but I believe in them this game. So look at that. Someone's going to win, Johnny.
If I got 6-1 or 6-0 this week, and you go 5-1 because you picked the Cardinals, it'd be so funny.
Hey, we're either gonna do it could be 6-0, 5-1. It could be 0-6, 1-5,
1-5, and that's it. Those are the only two options.
No, there's a lot more. Oh,
no, that's it.
No, you're right.
It's the only two.
That's literally the only two options. We gonna see. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Make your picks. You're either gonna beat us or we're gonna crush you. One of the two. But let's get on to the next one, Johnny. We got some games in this next segment. Next segment, we have to start them off with an advisory warning. Listen, if you're not a fan of Uno, if you're not a fan of Monopoly, if you are not a fan of Connect 4, this segment is not for you. And we advise you jump to the next segment. But for the rest of you, let's play a game. What you got, Johnny? Same as last time. We got a new one.
We got a new one this week. I didn't want to get it too. I didn't want to get it too complicated this week. Here's what I'm gonna have both of us do here. Okay.
Oh boy.
You and I are gonna play a game of NFL Guess Who. Okay.
Okay.
So, you are going to write down a player that I have to guess, and I will write down a player you have to guess. We are going to just writing them down now just so that we're not changing them in our heads or anything. Having it for posterity. Should we show them to the camera? Should you look away and I show mine to the camera, and I look away and you show yours to the camera? I don't know. Maybe so the gang can play at home. So it's got to be a player. Here's going to be the rule, okay? It has to be a player that gets playing time who is currently in the NFL.
Okay.
So it can be, and realistically, someone that either of us would know. It can't be a random lineman on the Broncos left guard, and I have no idea who that is. A player that either of us would obviously know who they are. Doesn't have to be a star or anything, but. So you would pick, for example, say I pick AJ Brown, and then you and I will go back and forth asking each other yes or no questions and see who can guess the other one's player first off of yes or no questions. You get it? It's like Guess Who.
Yep.
But we got one thing, so I'm going to write down.
At the Dome, they had the SU players at the halftime when they play it. They'll have little things they recorded. Or they gotta guess who the other one has.
All right, so I'm going to write down mine. I'm going to write it down in Sharpie just so that it's easier to see for the people at home. All right. Okay. So I have mine. You have yours. So first, I guess I will turn around. I'll look away. You show your player to the camera so the audience at home knows who I'm trying to guess, and then you let me know when I can turn back, and then I'll do the same.
Hold on. I have one question. They have to be playing right now, right?
Correct. Yeah, current NFL player.
Okay, perfect. Let me just see. I'm gonna do. All right. Not yet. Not for you, Johnny. This is for them. Oh, I gotta make sure they can see. Perfect. They got it.
All right, I'm good.
Yes,
Turn it
sir.
around. All right, now you got to turn around. I'll hold up mine. Okay, and this is who Coogii has to guess. All right, all good. I'll let you go first. You can ask me a yes or no question first.
Okay. Do we strike out or anything, or are we just whoever
There's no
guesses it first?
Yeah, whoever guesses it first.
I'm not gonna ask you yes or no questions.
Yes or no questions.
This player play on offense?
Yes. Does my player play on offense?
No.
Okay.
Is this player white?
No. Does my player play in the AFC?
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Does my player play in the NFC?
Yes. NFC. All right. Does my player have blue on their jersey? Normally.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the main color, but just as their blue on jersey. All right. Cool.
Is my player a wide receiver?
No. Does Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. Does my player play in the front seven of the defense? No, okay. Defensive back. All right. Cool. Unless I did say, are they an offensive? I did say that they play on offense, and you said no. So it could technically also be a kicker. I can't forget that, but it's your turn. Could technically be a kicker, but I'm going to stick with defense for now.
Does your player play in the NFC West?
No. Does your player play in the AFC West?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Is your player a running back?
Yes. Running back. Yes. Is your player on the Broncos?
Yes.
Okay.
Is your player Jahmyr Gibbs?
No, not Jahmyr Gibbs. Is your player Pat Surtain, the second?
No.
Okay, not Pat Surtain.
Right. You're getting close. Shit.
I know. I have to. I'm at the point where I'm just guessing players now.
Is your player Jonathan Taylor?
He doesn't play in the NFC, so no.
Oh, fuck. I was sorry. I was thinking South. I was thinking South because not NFC West. North, South.
Yeah, I'll let you get another one. You can do another guess if you want.
Is your player in the NFC East?
Yes. NFC
I
East.
should have just guessed the player.
All right. Is your player Riley Moss?
I don't like you. Yeah, it is.
All right.
It is.
Okay, I'll let you. You can do a redemption right here. Can you just guess it right here, and we'll go to sudden death. I don't know what that means, but we'll go to sudden death if you guess it right here. You know, it's a running back in the NFC East. There are
not Jahmyr Gibbs.
Only a handful of options in the NFC East. There's only 4 teams.
And he's not white.
Not white. Right, so you can eliminate Scatterboo.
It's Saquon Barkley.
Your player was Bill.
Oh, no.
Bill Krosky-Moret. Yep.
Oh, man. All right, you took that round.
All right. You want to do one more?
Best out of 3.
All right, okay. We'll do best out of 3.
I can't go down like that.
All right.
I was giving you clues by the questions I was asking. I realized as I was asking him. I was like, wait a minute. I'm asking questions he should be asking me.
No, I mean, I would have gone down a similar path, but honestly,
I'm not saying that you
when you said there's blue in the jersey and they're in the AFC, I went, this is a fucking Bronco. I was like, honestly, that was what narrowed it down for me immediately. I was like, he picked a Bronco. Of course he did. All right. All right, let me think of a guy.
Nope, let me think.
Okay, I'm not gonna do anybody that's like going too deep. I had a guy in my head and then I went, nah, that's too deep of a pull. We're not gonna do that.
I mean, it is 21 questions, so
it's not 21. I mean, we're not doing all 21. It's just whoever gets there first, but I'm not gonna go too crazy. Let's say all right. Okay. I have mine.
Okay. I got mine as well. If you want to flip, I'll show mine.
Okay. Hold on.
To the people.
All right, I'm turned.
All right, guys, listen. Look at this. That's what we got. That's who we going with. Guys. All right, Johnny, they're ready for you.
All right, you turn around now. This is who Coogii has to guess. We all see that? Beautiful. All right, you're good. All right, I'll go first on this one. Okay. Does your player play on defense?
No.
All right.
Does your player play in one of the northern divisions?
No. Okay. Is your player playing the NFC?
No.
Okay. Beautiful.
Does your player play in any of the western divisions?
No. All right. Would you be happy to have this player on fantasy? On a fantasy roster?
I can only give yes or no, right?
Yes. Only yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is your player in any of the southern divisions?
Yes. All right. Okay, offense, theoretically, or special teams, but we're going to stick with offense. AFC, happy to have him in fantasy. Okay. Is your player on a team that made the playoffs last year? I mean, the team they're on, if they were traded, like the team they're on right now, did that team make the playoffs last year?
Let me just double check. No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Does your player play on offense?
Yes. All right. I'm just going like more creative. I'm trying to think of like more creative questions. So, was your player drafted in the last 3 years?
Survey says yes.
Yes, drafted in the last 3 years. Okay.
Plays offense, not Northern Division, not Western Division, Southern Divisions. Plays offense. Has your player ever been benched before?
No. Not for skill level. Or like not for, I said not for anything besides injury. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Is your player a receiver?
Yes.
Okay.
Is your player a quarterback?
No.
No love for the quarterbacks. Not from Jonny.
Yeah, not too many here. There's not enough quarterbacks, you know? What am I going to do? Not enough quarterbacks. Okay. Okay. Offense, a receiver in the AFC you'd be happy to have in fantasy that was not on a playoff team last year and drafted within the last 3 years. Okay. Let's think. Okay. Not. And you'd be happy to have him in fantasy. Draft in the last 3 years. Is this player in the... Okay, I'm thinking for a moment. Give me a moment. I'm going to think through this real quick. Is this player in the AFC West?
No.
That was a dumb question because that would mean I literally just asked, is this player on the Raiders? That's what I just asked you because all 3 of the other teams have made the playoffs last year. That was a terrible question. That was a terrible question. I should have just asked if they play for the Raiders. What a stupid question. All right.
Is your player in the NFC?
Yes. All right. Is your player in the AFC South?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on here. Not a quarterback in the NFC. Never been bashed outside of injury. Plays offense. NFC South. Is your player Emeka Egbuka?
No. Okay. This is going to be a wild pull. I'm just going to try it, right? Is your player... No, because I don't think you'd be happy to have him in fantasy. So my guy you'd be happy to have in fantasy, a receiver in the AFC South who was drafted in the last 3 years. So it's not Nico, because Nico I think was drafted 4 years ago. They didn't make the playoffs last year, so actually it wouldn't be Nico, not anyone on the Texans. Someone on the Jags, Titans, or Colts. And they were drafting the last 3 years. It feels Jagsy. Let's go Brian Thomas Jr. But I feel like you wouldn't be happy. Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr.
Nope.
Okay.
It is not.
Not BTJ.
Hold on. Bucks, Saints, Panthers. Then you have... I'm blanking. Bucks, Saints, Panthers.
Falcons.
There we go. Okay. But he's not. He's not that though. Is he a running back?
No.
Oh my lord.
Okay. Is your player... I don't think you would have given me a straight of an answer if it was this guy, so I don't think it's him. You'd be happy to have him in fantasy. Is it Josh Downs?
I hate you. Yeah.
Is it really Josh Downs?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. All right. I got one.
Okay, redemption.
One redemption. I got to
One
really
redemption.
So it's not a running back, not a quarterback. So unless you really tried to screw me and made it a special teams or a lineman, I got to assume it's a receiver. It's going to be the NFC. See, they're going to get the experience by deduction real quick.
Yeah, it's NFC South. I think we
yep.
got it down there, right? Yeah.
NFC South. Never been bashed out of injury. So NFC South wide receiver, and it's not a Mecca Ibuka. Mm-hmm. Ooh, baby. I should have asked better questions in the beginning. I wanted to try divisions first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to have to go with... Oh, I'm forgetting about tight ends, too. Fuck. Okay, I'm going to take a flyer on Ted McMillan.
Unfortunately not. Got an older man, actually, on mine. We got Chris Godwin.
Oh, man.
Chris Godwin.
I almost went with Ted at first, but then I said, no, I'm going to go Josh Downs.
Josh Downs is a good
I have
pull.
him in my other league, and it's a 12-man, so that's why I couldn't think of what league I had him in, so I didn't know what answer I wanted to give at the moment.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
It's not. I would say that's why I was on the fence, and the only other guy I was thinking was Travis Hunter, but I was like, I think if I asked, does he play defense? Well, I'm like, but if I said, does he play defense? You would have been like, yes, and then it would have thrown me crazy.
Trick question.
Yeah, I was like, well, you wouldn't have said no when I started with, does he play defense? So it's not Travis Hunter. And so I was like, yeah. So there you go. Fun little game of NFL Guess Who.
2-0. 2-0. One of these times is gonna be funny when we both accidentally have the same person.
I know. I thought. I mean, it would have been funny.
In the beginning, for a second, I thought we might.
Oh, and I had Bill.
No, the second one in the first
on this
few,
one, yeah.
The first few, and I was like, man, what if we really flip and then that's on camera? We both show the same name, and then he just
Josh Downs both times. Yeah, I think if we did one more, I would have picked either. I was kind of between a couple of guys. Oh, the one that I was like is too deep of a pull, but I was thinking about it was I almost went Aziz Al-Shaair.
Oh.
And I was like.
Yeah, I would have had to ask you, does this player have issues with
is this a controversial player?
Behavior?
Yeah. That's why I was like, he's just not like, I think if you're going defense, it has to be a guy that like makes big plays or like does something. He's an interior linebacker. So you're like, he's solid, but I didn't think he was notable enough.
It's crazy. On the broadcast, they're talking about it like he was a top linebacker in the league.
He is a top like interior linebacker, but that's the thing. Like interior linebackers don't make huge plays. They're just like just there. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like they do their job. They're like the ultimate support position. They just they're a field general on the defense.
No, that's fair.
But he is good. He is a really good linebacker. I'm not gonna take that from him.
Check this out, Johnny. We're going to wrap up with an instant replay. We're going to do a little rapid fire NBA edition. A couple on here. where we get behind the booth for when our viewers need coverage on the biggest stories in sports from a different angle. As we talked about last time, guys, NBA season was starting. It's off to a great start. A lot of performances, actually. If you look through it, there's like 7 to 10 already crazy performances just in the first few games. But Jonny, I know you've been excited about this one. Victor Wembanyama's historic opening week. The future is now in San Antonio. In fact, in the first week in his third season, Victor Wembanyama isn't just taking a leap. He's launching into the stratosphere. He's putting up video game numbers, leading the Spurs to a 4-0 start, and has already been named the Western Conference Player of the Week. Now, Jonny, Wemby's averaging 33 points, 13 rebounds, and a staggering 6 blocks per game. Are we watching the best player in the world? And with this kind of start, is it crazy to think the Spurs could be a legitimate contender in the West this season?
It's not unreasonable to say that they could be a legitimate contender. If he's going to play like this the whole season, not unreasonable at all. What do? He did it against if you said, who would be the player best equipped to stop Victor Wembanyama? Who would be the player you would want on the other side of the ball? Like, the first option, maybe Giannis because of his speed and his size. But your top 3 option it'd be like Giannis, Gobert, and Anthony Davis. Those would be the 3 you'd want. You know what I mean? And he embarrassed Anthony Davis. He made Anthony Davis look small and like he wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Like, I think I said to you before, Victor Wembanyama is in a position right now where it's like you can't crown him the best player in the league yet because he hasn't done it long enough. Like, you know, it's disrespectful to the guys who have been doing it for a long time, the Jokic and Sheas and Lukas and Giannis's. But you watch him and you're like, that's the best player in the league. You just see you just see it. It's like, that's one of the best players I've ever seen. It's unreasonable. One of my favorite takes I've seen about him was every Victor Wembanyama highlight play makes you go, it's still going, because he chains together insane sequences of inhuman plays where he'll block somebody and grab the ball out of the air with one hand and then dribble in and cross somebody up on the transition and then do a pump fake where they jump at it and then he runs and dunks it from the half court or from the foul line in a spinning rim running dunk. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, the NBA will never be the same. He's just you cannot overstate how good he is already. And it's inhuman, and it's like nothing we have ever seen in basketball ever. And I'm looking forward to it, man, because the league might turn into, how do we stop this man? You know what I mean?
He's the next face of the league.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Can we have a European player or foreign player be the face of the league? Is that allowed?
Certainly. Yeah, I think so. It's a global league now, you know? It might be, like, besides soccer, it's probably the second most global sport as far as how many countries in the world play it and how open the league is to people playing it from around the world. Like, you know, cricket's only played in a handful of countries. It's not played in America. You know, that's another one you make the argument for. But I think basketball is so universally played in every country. There are leagues in Russia and China and Africa and, you know, all over Africa in different countries. You're talking like one of the more interesting teams in the playoffs or in the Olympics last year was South Sudan. Yeah. So, you know, we're talking, it is just such a global league. Why not? Why can't the best player be French? You know, the face of the league be French.
Yeah, and I think he's got a lot of marketing opportunities too with just his presence. He's already established some of his own stuff.
Well, not to mention, man, there's nothing cooler than a dude who goes, I'm going to go to the mountains of Tibet and train with Shaolin monks
Yeah.
over the off season and then come back like Batman, better than ever. What are we talking about?
And keeping in mind he had the blood clot issue last year.
Yeah, I just hope that it was true that they say that it was a freak thing and it's not a chronic issue, because that would be nothing short of a tragedy. But man, if this is who he is, and the real thing is how much control he has over the ball at his height, that he's not turning it over. I just don't think it can be understated, or it can be overstated how good he is. Like how obscenely scary it must be to stare down the barrel of Victor Wembanyama now, and how good he could get when he is, let me just reiterate, 21 years old. He's 21 years old. He can just now legally drink. So I'm telling you, man, in this country, I mean, in France, they don't care. He's been drinking, but I just, yeah, it cannot possibly be overstated how good he is, and how his potential is gonna be as high as you could possibly imagine. Because right now, off these first 4 games, he literally looks like a combination of Hakeem Olajuwon and Kevin Durant. And I'm sorry, if you told somebody that player existed, they would be like, oh, and by the way, a mix of Hakeem Olajuwon and Kevin Durant, but he's got 6 inches on both of them.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here?
No, he like to your point, we can't, the best player in the world, we gotta let it develop, let it simmer up a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of great, I mean, even Jokic right now, triple double through the first 3 games he had.
Yeah.
Each game, I mean, Jesus. So
yeah, and Shea dropped a 50. He had a 50-point game, and Luka had that 47-point game. There are dudes.
And Lauri Markkanen had a 50-point game too.
Of course, and he's up there in that conversation. So there are guys that are still great. So it is a little disrespectful to say that Wembanyama is the best right now. It just feels like he is. You know what I mean? It just feels like he is. And you're like, ooh. And, I'm a guy that roots for greatness. I'm a guy that roots for people who can upend the league. And I'm a big LeBron guy, but like I will be cheering for Wembanyama to overtake LeBron as the GOAT. I'm a LeBron's the GOAT guy, but I will be rooting for Wembanyama to pass him, because I'm just a guy that likes greatness. I like to see records broken. I like to see legacies, be burnt down by someone else.
Maybe he'll play longer than LeBron. Who knows?
That would be
crazy.
Borderline impossible, but I'd be here to see it.
He might be too big. I think the joints kind of.
If he played longer than LeBron, like, you understand, our future children would be like 15 years old.
I know.
Watching.
You know how hype would be watching Wembanyama with them?
Wembanyama. Yeah. If you and I went out and found a way to have children tonight, then it's like, man, our kids would be, if they played as long as LeBron, our kids would be 20 years old by the time that Wembanyama was talking about retiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Be crazy. But no, they could compete, though. They really could. I mean, if he keeps playing like this, that new coach looks good as well. Looking good. I mean, obviously he was already in the system, so that helps kind of keep everything afloat. Obviously, Pop left. And the Spurs, like we talked about last year, they just luck into it every time they just happen to need a player. They get somebody. But
yeah, their new guy too.
From Rutgers.
Harper is good too.
Harper.
Like Dylan Harper's really good, and De'Aaron Fox isn't back yet.
Even played all season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like De'Aaron Fox isn't back yet, so you're talking, veteran presence that could be there in some capacity. I mean, Fox could even just be a trade piece for them. Like, who knows?
What do you think about Dylan Harper and Fox when he comes back, and then what's his name? VJ
Castle.
Edgecombe and Maxey potentially being the top 2 backcourts.
Yeah, Edgecombe and Maxey look What are they calling it? VJ Max. That's what they're calling it now.
Ooh, I like that.
That's their nickname. I've been seeing VJ Max.
Steal, bro. At 3.
Yeah, his story is really great too. And you've seen his like background that he came from he came from like true poverty. Like he's like, I lived off a generator for 8 years. He came from he went struggling.
To Texas Tech, I think it was, and I watched him because they played Kansas a couple times. It was either the Texas Tech or Baylor, one of the two. But it was very frustrating to play against then, and just seeing him play now, he's playing tremendous. But like you said, the story is incredible.
You got a great story, and then you're talking about a Sixers team that has, McCain. I don't think McCain's back yet, but McCain's gonna come back, and you've got Paul George and Joel Embiid. Like, is that your starting 5? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of a crazy
I
team.
think Joel's not even doing that great, and they're just carrying on.
No, yeah.
But that's good though. With VJ, they can go to more guard centric and stop relying on Joel.
It would be really cool for Joel Embiid to get, as much as I've been a hater on him, it would be cool for him to like maybe be around as an important part of the team, but not as the most important part of the team, and they find some success, because from what I've heard, it's like Joel is not going to ever be the same guy after his most recent injury. I've like heard pretty much them just say like the surgery is too intense on his most recent one, so he'll never be like the MVP again. But you got a guy like Joel who can play anywhere on the court and still defend well, and you run that offense through VJ Max. You got McCain coming back and Paul George veteran presence. That could be a squad, and in a season where the East is so up in the air,
wide
could
open.
Be interesting.
No, yeah. Boston, I don't think they're looking that great, are they? I only watched
Boston. I think Boston hasn't won a game yet.
I was going to say.
Let me double check.
We'll see how Desmond Bane, how he does with Magic. He's not doing so bad right now. He's doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. So now the NBA season is back, guys, and it's exciting. It's exciting. I've been saying it, man, but for the news cycle, the NBA is a wild time.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Love watching the Knicks.
Love staying up till 1 a.m. watching the Jazz.
Nothing like it. And we're gonna see. Boston did get a win, so they're 1-3 right now.
Woo!
Just for
Boston.
posterity's sake.
No, not really. I hope they go
top of the East right now is Philly's top of the East, 4-0, and OKC and San Antonio are top of the West, both undefeated. And then right now the Bulls are also undefeated, but who cares? Doesn't count. 3-0.
But they've only played 3. Yeah, they played 3.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So I'm not putting any stock in that. So that'd be cool. The Knicks are a new. They have a new philosophy clearly under Mike Brown. And, there's obviously some growing pains, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking they're trying to figure out who are the guys we're trusting moving forward. And look, we showed up and played a really good game against the Cavs to start the season out, and that's what I wanted to see more than anything. That's the team I want us to be beating.
Last year, you guys had that terrible,
We had a bad streak against the Cavs in the regular season. We just happened to miss them in the playoffs. But
when it was
obviously, I wanted
Cavs,
us to
Celtics. It was like the top 3 teams that you guys had. Like you were 0-4 in like the 11 or something like that.
Yeah, we beat the Cavs week 1 and game 1 and beat the Celtics week 2 or game 2. Sorry, I'm still in NFL mode. I'm trying to remember who we dropped it against game 3, and then we just lost to the Bucks today. We dropped one against the Heat. We dropped one against the Heat game 3. So. But I mean, it just kind of seems like we're still feeling it out. We have a new coach, we have a new system, we have a new players that are playing, and we're trying to figure out where they fit in. But beyond that, it looks good. I'm happy with what the team looks like, And when we can take it to the Cavs, I'm happy.
Oh, poor Donnie. Yeah, no, Jazz at 2-1. That's 2 more wins than I thought they'd have all year. I don't know. They might have lost or won the fourth game, but yeah. It's a great season. I had to wear the jersey, baby. This might be the last time all year we shoot with a winning record. So
let's go.
Let's go, baby. NBA's back. We're gonna wrap up here. In regards to the last story we were gonna get into, I'll just say, bad boy, what you gonna do? Oh, guys. Man, NBA. Plus, we don't want to ruin any chances for future sponsorships, so we gotta tread lightly when we talk.
I don't think there's anything rotten at the core of American sports betting, and I think that I would love to promote it.
So we gotta tread lightly on certain topics. Make sure we don't lose any sponsors yet.
FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesar Sportsbook, MGM Bet, Underdog. Who cares? Anyone, please. Cryptics, whatever it is.
Listen. We don't care if you guys compete with each other. We'll auction off slots. And we'll get the best 3, but NBA style. Get a little bit of Prime, get a little NBC, get a little... Right. Well, listen, guys, we wrap up. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. With both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you got some shit to say, leave a comment. While you're at it, hit the notification button to make sure you stay ready for when we hit the airwaves on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. And for more, make sure to follow us on whatever platform you consume your content, whether on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or X, formerly known as Twitter. Search Couch Coach Pod in your search bar and look for the green coach sitting on a green couch. You can't miss it. Now, if that was too much for you to remember, make sure to hit up that description for all the links to all our socials and our Couch Coach headquarters. It's Jonny. It's Coogii. Thank you for watching, Couch Coach. We'll see you guys soon.
Goodbye, beautiful people, and get ready for Wemby.
Ready for Wemby. The Wemvp.
Wemvp.
That's what they're calling it.